Hello and welcome. As a Hotel AI expert, I'm thrilled to be talking with you today about a skill it's absolutely fundamental to your success in hospitality. And that is the art of negotiation. See, to really thrive in this industry, it takes more than just great service. You've got to master the deal.
That quote really just nails it, doesn't it? Negotiation isn't some single one-size-fits-all tool. It's more like a complete toolkit. And the secret to mastering it isn't about finding one perfect technique. No, it's about knowing exactly which tool to pull out for any given situation. And that's what this Explainer is all about, giving you that strategic framework.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we're going to cover the daily business, the deals you'll be handling day in and day out. Then, we'll dive into how to navigate those external pressures, like competitors or sudden crises. After that, we'll talk about something crucial but often overlooked, the art of negotiating internally. And finally, we'll pull it all together so you can build your own strategic advantage.
Okay, let's get right into it. The daily business. Look, almost every single commercial activity you'll handle in a hotel, it's going to fall into one of these two negotiation types. And really understanding the difference between them, that's the first, and honestly, the most critical step to becoming truly effective.
So, first off, we've got what's called transactional negotiation. Think about a one-time event, right? A wedding reception, a small conference, maybe a tour group that's just passing through. These are usually short-term deals, where the client, they're focused on just two things: getting a great price and making sure you have the dates available. For you, the goal here is all about precision and speed. A clear, fast, and accurate proposal, that's what often wins the business, plain and simple. Now, on the complete other side of the spectrum, you have relationship-based negotiation. This is not about a single booking at all. We're talking about building long-term partnerships. Think about those major corporate travel accounts or the big airline crew contracts. The conversation here goes way beyond just the price. It's about service standards, it's about integrating operations, and most importantly, it's about building trust over time. These deals, they take patience and a much more strategic mindset. And this slide just lays out that contrast perfectly, right? Take a look. The time frame, short-term versus long-term. The goal? It shifts from just getting it done efficiently to building a real partnership. And because of that, the focus moves from being all about price to the overall value you're bringing to the table. And here's the key takeaway. The thing I really want you to remember: mastering that transactional speed, that protects your time. But mastering relationship building, that protects your entire career.
Okay, so let's build on that foundation. Because beyond your day-to-day business, you are always going to be facing forces from the outside. These are the situations that really test your nerve. They demand a calm, strategic response, not some kind of panicked, knee-jerk reaction.
So, picture this. It's a classic pressure test. You've just sent out a fantastic proposal, you're feeling good about it, and then the client comes back to you. They say, "Hey, I've got a cheaper offer from that hotel just down the street." What do? The immediate temptation, that gut reaction, is to just drop your price. But is that really the right move?
Well, the truly professional response isn't to get into a price war, it's to fight on value. And this slide shows you exactly how to do it. You pivot the conversation. You start highlighting your hotel's superior location, your famous service, those unique facilities that nobody else has. By refusing to get into a race to the bottom, you maintain your rate integrity and you show complete confidence in your product. You have to remember, you're not just selling a room, you are selling an experience they simply cannot get anywhere else.
And then there are the crises. Economic downturns, sudden travel restrictions, things that nobody can predict. In these moments, believe me, the rulebook gets thrown out the window. Your clients are under immense pressure, and so are you. The focus has to shift away from maximizing immediate profit and toward preserving the relationships that are going to sustain you once the market bounces back. Suddenly, empathy becomes your single most powerful tool.
This chart, it just perfectly visualizes the mindset you need to have. This is how a skilled crisis negotiator thinks. Notice what's at the very bottom. Short-term profit. It's the lowest priority. The real goal is to find that balance between offering flexibility, maybe that's revised payment terms or credits for the future, while still managing your finances responsibly. When you support your client through the tough times, you're not just saving a deal, you're turning a potential disaster into an opportunity to build unbreakable loyalty.
All right, now let's talk about a topic that is so critical, but honestly, it gets ignored way too often:
negotiating with your own team, your own colleagues. See, to win externally, you absolutely must win internally first. You need that buy-in from revenue, from operations, from finance. You need them on your side to make any of your deals a reality.
So, how do you get everyone on the same page? It's actually a pretty clear 4-step process. First, you present what the client is asking for. Simple enough. Then, and listen, this is the most critical part, you provide the data to back it up. Show them the revenue potential, the long-term value. Step 3, you proactively address the concerns from other departments. Think ahead. What does this mean for housekeeping? How will this impact the front desk? When you do that, you're not just asking for a favor. You're building a collaborative case that proves this deal is a win for the entire hotel.
And the reason this is so important is actually really simple. Getting that strong internal alignment, it's what stops you from over-promising and under-delivering. It's what ensures a seamless experience for the guest, protects your hotel's reputation, and honestly, it makes your job a whole lot easier and way more successful in the long run. So we've walked through all these different arenas of negotiation, right? The daily deals, the external pressures, the internal politics. Now let's pull it all together. What are those core skills that run through every single one of these scenarios? What are the things that will give you a real, tangible, strategic advantage in your career?
First and foremost, it's adaptability. This is a skill of being able to read the room, to understand the context. Is this a quick transactional deal that just needs speed and efficiency? Or is this a long-term partnership that requires patience and trust building? Being able to recognize the context and shift your entire approach, your tone, your tactics, that is the true hallmark of a master negotiator.
Next up, preparation. And let me be clear, there is absolutely no substitute for doing your homework. Knowing your numbers cold, understanding your market position, your operational limits, your competitors' strengths, and their weaknesses. Preparation is what fuels your confidence. It's what allows you to hold firm on your price or to come up with a creative solution right there on the spot. It is, without a doubt, non-negotiable.
And finally, communication. Now, this is about so much more than just talking. It's really about listening. I mean, truly active listening. That's how you understand what the client really needs, which isn't always what they're asking for. And when you can communicate clearly and transparently, you build the trust that is the foundation of every single successful agreement, whether it's for a one-night stay or a multi-year corporate contract.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. As you look ahead in your own career path, which of these negotiation types is going to define your success? Will you be the master of high-volume, quick-turn transactions? Will you be the one building those deep, strategic partnerships? Or will you be the calm, steady leader in a crisis? You know, the truth is, you're probably going to need to be all of them. And now you have the framework to start building that incredible advantage for yourself.